Hey my dudes, my name is Cecilia and welcome to my kitchen here in Stockholm, Sweden. Today is the 6th day of our 12 days of Christmas and we are making MJUK PEPPARKAKA. This is essentially gingerbread and it's like the loaf cake version of the cookies we made the other day. It's rich and warmly spiced and utterly delicious, so let's go make it.
First, prepare your cake pan. I'm using this one, but any loaf pan or bundt pan would work as well. Coat liberally with oil. You could do this with spray fat, but since I don't have any, I'm brushing on the oil. Make sure it's well coated, but that the oil isn't pooling. Coat in flour. Make sure every nook and cranny is really covered. Tap out the excess. You can save the leftover flour and use it for something else. Into a bowl, add 150 grams of flour, 170 grams of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon cloves, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, and the zest of 2 oranges. Mix together and then set to the side. Into another bowl, add 150 grams of milk and 1 egg. Mix those together. Into the bowl of dries, add in all of the milk and egg mixture. Stir together until you have a smooth batter with no lumps of sugar or flour. Pour in 115 grams of melted butter and then mix that in. Really make sure there are no streaks or lumps. Pour the batter into the loaf pan, moving it around a bit so that it's nice and even. Bake at 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean.
So it's been about 5 minutes since this came out of the oven and it's still really warm, but it's no longer like hot kind of thing. And this is the perfect time to take it out because it hasn't like fused itself to the pan, right? Like it's still pretty warm. So I knock it on its sides pretty hard. See how it's starting to come loose on the edges? Yeah, a little bit this side, a little bit that side. And if you can touch the metal, do that because it's just gonna give you a better feel for things. And also, like, it's still pretty hot, but also fingers are made for burning, right? So we have this guy here. We're gonna flip it. So say a quick prayer, put out good vibes in the universe, whatever you need to do. And then just, whoop, Jesus Christ. Sometimes, see, didn't pray hard enough. Swoop, floop, and floop. And I just realized I kind of like it offset because that way it feels like it doesn't get stuck on the grates as much. This is also good because it'll like steam itself, so that'll help it get out. Okay, this end is out. Come on. I know you want to. I know that you want to. Okay, did you see that? I gave it a really gentle like to kind of like help it come off, and now I feel that it's coming off. Oh yeah. It's like I know what I'm doing. Sometimes. Not very often, but sometimes. Fantastic. I say all of that though. This is, this little indent here is from a little rock of brown sugar that melted and made that little hole. So listen, I do know what I'm doing, but also sometimes things happen. Things happen. It's fine. It's fine. So now we're just gonna wait for that to cool down. Yeah, that's it. We have to wait for it to cool down. End of story. Cool story. Bye-bye. This is now marginally cooler and I can't wait any longer, so we're gonna go for it. I have a very pretty plate to match the prettiness that is this guy, and we're just gonna move it. Could I use an offset? Yes. Should I use an offset? Probably. But see, hands work too. Hands, not only for burning, sometimes also for moving things. And then we're gonna make it real pretty with some powdered sugar. I have a tea strainer. This is my favorite way to do this. Take your little tea strainer, make sure it works, it's all nice, and then just go doot, 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 doot. It's all snowy. I mean, how cute. How, like, you can't get better than this, right? Like, it's so adorable. What, like, let's eat it. I think I'm gonna cut into it with my bread knife as opposed to a different kind of knife because it's like a loaf, even though it's a cake. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Also, like, the fastest way to dull out your knives is to use a sharp knife on like ceramic or something. Just so you know. If you were like, is Cecilia even aware that that's not good for her knife? Oh no, I'm aware. This would be better cut on a cutting board, but here we are. That smells so good. It smells so good. Okay. That was like the butt end, and it's still incredible. Like, the end piece is never good, and this is like amazing and moist and tender and like all of the good things. I love this cake so much. This recipe comes from my great aunt, and she's just like the queen of this. I'm so happy that I have this recipe. It's so good. Incredible. I love cake. Oh, I love cake so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good week and happy holidays. Hej då!